Good evening, everybody. It's me, Javier Rodriguez, and I'm excited to be with you here today via the magic of Zoom to share with you an opportunity that for the right person at the right time can make all the difference in how you live your life, whether or not you achieve all the things you and your family deserve to achieve, and more. I do want to just tell you that my intention here today is to move at a pretty brisk pace because I want to give you all the information that you need for you to ask yourself, do I want to know more? And I'm confident that by the time this presentation is over, your answer will be a resounding yes. So I'm not going to keep you here for an hour and go into every single detail, but rather give you a kind of 30-foot view, if you would, of our opportunity, why it's so good, a little bit about myself, and then we'll go ahead and turn it over to you for any questions for any of our first-time guests that they might have. So let me go ahead and get started with the PowerPoint itself. And there it is right there. Again, my name is Javier Rodriguez, and I am an executive field chairman with First Financial Security, or FFS for short. I've been with this company 15 years. I ended up here while I was looking for an opportunity while I was still working as a police officer with the LAPD many moons ago. And one of the things that I was looking for back then is the same thing a lot of people are looking for today, and that is a way to maybe increase your income without really drastically changing your life or your obligations. And if you are open-minded, you like helping people, and you like to make not just money, but very good money, I'm going to teach you how to do just that. Also, one of our claims to fame for 15 years now has been that we help people do what I just described to you on a part-time basis, and in some cases on a spare time basis. So we're not going to ask you to quit your job, your career, or anything like that. We're talking about just a few short hours a month can make all the difference as far as your income is concerned and living life on your terms. Now, a little bit about our company. We do believe to be a company of destiny with a very simple vision, which is to lead the 21st century financial revolution. And there is a revolution going on in America, as we all know, where people are looking for more bang for their buck. That's the simplest way to put it. And we do just that. Our mission is to create wealth for families. So that gives us about 300 million people in this country that fit the profile of what we can help them with. How many people do you know that would like to improve their financial outlook, their level of financial security, or their overall level of wealth? And of course, the answer is everybody. And so I don't care what you do or what people around you do. There might be a cop, a cook, a waiter, a CEO, or it doesn't matter what they do. Almost everybody is looking to elevate their overall level of wealth. And that's exactly what we do here. And my favorite part is our system. We do have a system that's proven predictable and profitable. I've been with this company, like I told you, for 15 years. I'm a very product of the system that I'm going to describe to you that can ensure your success as long as you're coachable and you're willing to do your part as well. Because I'm not going to lie to you, this is not something for nothing. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme, but it definitely is the type of opportunity that, for me at least, when it crossed my path, I was looking for desperately. Because even though I had a good career, when you have 3 kids, a wife that stays home with the kids, 2 dogs and a bird, it can get pretty tough to make ends meet. And I was just looking for a way to increase my income without being distracted of my main career, if you would. And that's exactly what I was able to do. Like I said, we are a company of destiny, and we are definitely uniquely positioned to achieve our vision and mission. And so you might ask, well, why are you so confident? Very, very simple. Innovative, consumer-oriented products, where we're actually the first company to mass market a product called the Index Universal Life, or IUL. We were the very, very first company to do that. Revolutionary compensation system that allows you to get paid what you're worth. You get paid for what you do. And if you're up to it, you can also get paid for what other people do, but you don't have to do that. You can build a team, is what I'm getting at. For some people, building a team is the way to go. For others, they're just a one-man or a one-woman show, and that's okay too. We don't have quotas, so it definitely helps you there. Leadership and track record, like I said, 15 years. Every single year, we've been delivering primarily to clients, but also we've been delivering as it relates to our agents as well. We have a business building system that is predictable, profitable, like I told you earlier. And we have strategic alliances with some of the most trusted and oldest companies in the United States in the financials, and more specifically in the life insurance industries as well. The 2 main companies we work with both have been in existence for well over 100 years. One of them is 1848, which is a very long time. These are the same products that doctors, cops, and everybody uses, and they do so because they can trust them, and so can you. And then, of course, we have a world-class recognition and reward system that if you want to go out there and achieve the things you want to achieve, it's nice to be recognized for your efforts in the process as well. So here are the main problems we help Americans address. Most Americans will agree that there's a rising cost of living right now that can't be kept up by most people. So people are looking for more value, more bang for their buck, and so on. Also, a debt trap. I'm actually texting with somebody, chatting right now, how we're helping them consolidate their debt to put them on the path to become debt-free, because they figured one thing out: if they follow their creditor's plan or payment plan, they're never going to get out of debt. And so they have to draw up their own way of doing that. And that's part of the financial services that we bring to the table. Also, we do have a poor savings habit in this country that we are helping address. And the number one way to address that, and I'm not going to ask for your input right now because I don't want to go beyond my 20 minutes, but this is the part where I ask people, why do you think we have such bad savings habits as the nation? And most people get it, that we love to live beyond our means. And that is very true. But the real culprit is the lack of a system or a systematic savings vehicle. In other words, unless you have something where you're saving money automatically every single month, we kind of do the opposite. We save when we want to, and then we take out of our savings when we need it, and we never get anywhere. Most people, they thought they'd be at this point in their life. Most people, they would be in a much better place at this point in their life. They would have a lot more money saved up at this point in their life, and they thought they would have a lot less debt at this point in their life. And we can show them how to turn that around as well. Lack of security, whether it be job security, whether it be life insurance. I mean, this whole mess with the COVID virus has really shown us how important life insurance is. As a matter of fact, life insurance sales are elevated. I actually have a picture of it. We have the highest increase in life insurance sales since 1983. That's a big number. Why is that? Well, because now we realize just how human we are, and also our mortality has been brought to the forefront, and we would like to take care of our families if we could. And thankfully, life insurance has never been cheaper, and we teach people how to do that. And then lastly, retirement woes, where people are looking for ways to save for retire. You know, most people would like to retire and stay retired. And the reason I say that is because for many people, they are able to retire, but they just can't stay retired. They retire on I'm in California. I don't know where you guys are at, but in Southern California, in Channel 7, we had Johnny Mountain, weather forecaster for ABC 7, and he retired on a Friday, had a cake live on TV during his newscast, and it was a great send-off towards retirement party. But then on Monday he was at Channel 2, and most people don't want to do that. They want to retire and stay retired. But how do you do that when we owe so much, we save so little? And we can help people do that as well. And so here's what I really want to talk to you about. This is the expertise that I bring to the table, and that is helping people change their lifestyle. I learned that most people don't want just the money. It's not the money that they're after, but the change in lifestyle. I mean, if you take a look at where you are today, are you in a position to significantly increase your income? When I was a police officer, we measured our income raises that they gave us, 1%, 2%. And when we got the city good, we would sometimes get 3%. I mean, the reality is the cost of living goes up a lot faster than higher than that. So if you're not in a position to increase your income, we can show you how to do that. How about retire your spouse? That's something that most people would like to do. I was able to do that because of this very same opportunity where my wife was able to stay home and raise our own kids, basically, and not have to worry about babysitters or who's watching them or who's with them type of thing. And I'm very grateful for that, because now my wife is able to help my kids with their kids, our grandkids, basically, babysit them as well, because again, of this very same opportunity. For some people, they want to be homeowners. We understand that it gets tougher and tougher to be a homeowner. As a matter of fact, I'm helping my kids, my adult kids, do that right now. And it's tough. It's very tough, but at least it's nice to be in a position to be able to help them, whether it be with the money, whether it be with the knowledge, whether it be with contacts and so on. And so if you want to build the house of your dreams, or just have a home and buy a home where you can raise your family, well, we can help you with that as well. Spend more time with your family, take vacations to the dream destinations of the world. And most importantly, I think one of the challenges we have as a society is we've never really had more people than today feel that they're not in control. And it's killing us. It's killing us. It's killing marriages. It's killing a lot of different relationships, because when we are not happy, when we don't feel we are living the life we want to live, sometimes other people pay the price as well. And the simplest way to put it is, are you where you want to be? And if you are, here's what I found out, that if you are where you want to be, there's always better places to be with people we love. So we're not looking for broke people or people that are depressed. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that there's good and then there's better. And if you're doing good, we can take you to a better place. And if you're not doing good, well, we can get you there. And then from there, the rest is going to be up to you. And in a nutshell, our opportunity truly is risk-free. There's no major investment involved. If you were to get started with us, you're looking at about a $75 investment. That includes your pre-licensing class fee and everything like that. So nobody to be made there by anybody other than you, because that's going to benefit you. We're not a franchise, so there's no franchise fee. You know, right now McDonald's starts at $1.5 million just for the franchise fee, which is incredible how much money you need to open the doors. You don't need that here. No loss of job security. If you have a job, keep it, because we actually like people with jobs, because you're not going to be as desperate, number one. And number two, you have people to share our concepts with. No experiences required in the financial services or life insurance industry, no inventory, unlimited territory, and of course, unlimited opportunity. You can make as much or as little as you want. And this is truly an opportunity that's for everybody. I'm talking about part-time second income earner, if that's what you want to do. You can be a personal producer. When you understand how simple it is to get people intrigued with our products, you're going to be amazed. Or if you want to build a business, and here's how you build a team. Very simple question. How many people do you know that would like to make more money on a part-time, spare time basis, especially good money without having to sell, beg, or bug? And the answer is everybody. I know cops, cooks, teachers, waiters, they're a part of my team. That the one thing that brings us all together is our desire for a better tomorrow for ourselves, and most importantly, for our family. So be in business for yourself, but not by yourself. And so what we do is we go out there, educate and inform to help families achieve financial security, how to protect their savings from loss and provide for upside potential. Right now, the stock market is an all-time high. Well, most all-time highs are usually followed by all-time lows. We know that. Our products only go up when the market goes up, but they don't go down when the stock market drops, which is pretty cool. We help them put compound interest to work for them, not against them. In most cases, the only experience they have with compound interest is the credit cards that keep growing on them, and we show them how to nip that in the bud as well. Use tax advantage savings and income opportunities. And my favorite, of course, is to redirect money they already spend and create money to save. And that's where the secret lies. What if I could show you how you can have, and your family can have, a much brighter and more secure financial future without any new money, meaning money you already spend. We take inventory of what you spend, where you spend it, and then we just simply redirect the money that you do have extra, if you would, and achieve your financial goals. I mean, that's why we call them the real secrets of money. And so we have complete training programs that truly allow you to earn while you learn. So as you're learning this whole stuff, you're making money, you're banking money. And then when you become licensed, we give you your money cash. We also pay you for what's called personal production. Personal production simply means we'll show you with our help how to find clients. So when you find a client, you enroll a client, you get paid. Now, how much do you get paid? Well, you get paid a percentage of the gross commission that that particular sale generates. 30% on the low end, 90% on the high end. So anywhere from 30 to 90%. Now, I'm not going to show you some pie in the sky. I'm going to show you a 50% scenario in just 1 second. Just remember, you can go as high as 90. So I'm not going to show you the 90, I'm going to show you 50. Also, like I told you earlier, you can get paid for a spread. If you're at 50%, and I asked you a silly question earlier, how many people do you know that would like to make more money, especially good money, on a part-time or even spare time basis? The answer is everybody. Everybody. And so every time they make a sale, let's just say they get 40%. You're at 50%, so guess what? There's a spread of 10%. So that means that every time they sell something, they get the 40%. You're at 50, so there's a 10% spread, so you get 10%. They might be in Florida, you might be in California, doesn't matter. We're licensed in all 50 states plus Puerto Rico and Guam as well. And that's what the spread looks like, and much, much more. But let me wrap up the income potential that I'm sharing with you, so you understand that I'm not sharing some pie in the sky, but rather some solid, very good. And then I'm going to ask you, is this doable? And if the answer is no, well, this is probably not for you, and that's okay too. But I think if the answer is, I can do that, you'll see how quickly your life can change, and that of your family as well. These are what our contracts look like. I told you to start at 30, 40, 50, 64, all the way up to 90%. But in this example, I'm going to show you two. I'm going to show you 50%, which is senior associate, and 64, even though we go all the way up to 90. So here's how it works. With our help and guidance, we're going to teach you how to open up one of these plans. So you go out there and become an agent with us. You have to be licensed, and you generate one sale a month. And that one sale you generate is somebody saving $200 a month. I mean, we just wrapped one up for $900 a month. So I'm not showing you some pie in the sky. Most people have 200, most people have 400, especially when you show them how to find the money. No new money required in most cases. We simply use old money that we're spending to create new money they can save. So you go out there, you help one family a month save $200 a month. That would pay you a $1,200 commission every month you did that. Not too bad considering that each sale takes you between 1 to maybe 3 hours if you're slow. And with our help, we'll bring it down to 2, and hopefully we'll bring it down to 1 hour. But if you are slow, still, if you just take $1,200 and divide it by 3 hours, that's $400 an hour. Where can you go do that on a spare time basis? Now, that's the question I was going to ask you. Do you see yourself, especially when you show people how no new money is required, generate one sale a month? Now, the answer is we can get you to do one. We're going to teach you how to do 4, which is 1 a week. That's it. So call it 3 hours a week if you're super slow. 3 hours a week, you're getting 4 sales a month for the same 200. We do people that save 800 a month, 1,000 a month, 1,200 a month. We are talking about a simple $200 a month sale. And in this example, if you do just 4 sales, 3 hours a week, let's just say per sale, that would help you generate $4,800 a month on a spare time basis. Now, where else can you make this kind of money and not risk going to jail? I mean, you just can't. I mean, to make the $1,200 from the one sale a month, you'd have to work 8 weeks at $10 an hour, or 5.3 weeks at $15 an hour, or 2.5 weeks at $30 an hour. The point is, here you can do it in 1 to 3 hours. Where else can you make this kind of money on a part-time, or my favorite, spare time basis? That's the essence of the question you're going to have to ask yourself tonight, because this is what it's all about. We help people and we help our clients, and they do come first, but in the process, we also help our agents, maybe you. And what would life look like with an extra $4,000, an extra $2,000 a month? I don't go beyond $2,000, because if you're looking to make less than $2,000, it's almost impossible to do that if you're doing your part. And I don't want to sell you short, but what would an extra $2,000 a month consistently do for you? When I started to hit these kinds of numbers part-time as a police officer, I no longer needed to work overtime. And I took all that time that I used to spend on overtime and spend it with my family, with my kids. And I'm so glad that I did, because I'm telling you right now, they grow up very, very fast. Now I'm spending that time with my grandkids, which is simply incredible. The point is that we have the leadership track record, and the most important thing here of all, the business building system, which is the system that I'm telling you you'll have access to help you achieve what I just showed you. Now, here's where you get to cheat. You get to cheat because if you do decide to do this business, you're going to come into the business in what we call the post-COVID or post-Zoom generation, where now, before we used to go see people in their homes, I would be giving you this presentation one-on-one, or maybe in a room at our office in Cerritos type of thing, whereas now, everything is done via Zoom. The 1 to 3 hours I was telling you about, you can do from the comfort of home now, and everything is done from beginning to end in a virtual setting as well. There's no better time to do this than now, and going back to COVID, if COVID has taught us anything, is the importance of having our financial house in order, life insurance in order, savings in order, and so on, which simply means more sales for us. That's just the way it is. And it also has taught us the importance of diversifying our sources of income. There's no better time, and there's no more important time than today to not just bank on your job, because your job might not be there one day, or they might cut back on the hours, or maybe they give you more hours, and that's fine. But why put all your income eggs in one basket when here you can diversify, not just within your city and your state, but across the United States as well? And so again, I leave you with this in mind, which is the question you have to ask yourself. Would an extra $2,000 to $4,000 a month on a part or spare time basis help me and my family? Yes or no? Would I like to help people in the process of doing that? Yes or no? And if the answer is just one of those is yes, then this is something that I want to encourage you to look into further. And the answer is no. Thank you for your time. This isn't for everybody, and I completely understand that. And I thank you for your time. But I'm more concerned with those that said yes. And the next step for you is to get with the person who directed you to this presentation. Have them run what's called an illustration. The illustration is an illustration of what you would be running for a potential client. Because if that does not make sense to you, then it's not going to make sense for your prospects. There's no sense in you wasting your time doing something that you truly can't get behind, and I respect that. But when they run your numbers, it's going to blow you away. And then you're going to ask yourself, this is all I have to do? Show other people their numbers? That's it. Some will say yes, and some won't qualify, because there are some qualifications, health-wise and so on, that unfortunately, while everybody likes it, not everybody gets to actually do it. And that's where Zoom comes in. You can see 2-3 people a night in 1 hour from the comfort of your home via Zoom, whereas before we had to drive around and see maybe a maximum of 1 person a day, or a night, I should say, because of the limitations that come with it. And that's no longer the case here today. What I'm going to do, because this is a live webinar, we're actually not going to be doing it next Wednesday, because next Wednesday I'm going to be in Dubai, and I was looking at the time change. They're 11 hours ahead. It's kind of too funky, and I don't want to risk missing it. So I'm going to turn it over to you to see if you have any questions for me. I can just answer away by simply unmuting yourself at this time. Guest only in the interest of time, because I told you 20 minutes and we're there, but I'm not going to end until I give you the opportunity to ask any question you might have. Any questions from any of our first-time guests? Unmute yourself, please, and ask away, please. Well, if no one has any questions, I'm not going to make it any longer. I really want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for joining me here tonight. I hope you found it interesting. I told you from the beginning, usually this takes an hour in a classroom setting at our office. We're doing it in 20 minutes. And the question is, do I want to know more? If your answer is yes, get with the person who invited you here. We do training webinars every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. If you want to see what they are like, what you would be a part of, go ahead and ask them for the domain or the web address. Join us this coming Saturday morning, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. It's about an hour long, and that's where the training takes place. And of course, the real training and the real making of money takes place in the field. But now the field is Zoom, which means really you're home. All right, well, if no one has anything else, I'm not going to make it any longer than I have to. I just truly want to once again close by saying thank you for your time. Wish you nothing but success. And especially, I want to challenge you to please do your best to stay healthy. It's a crazy world out there, as we know, with all this going with the virus, and we need everybody to stay healthy as much as possible. And again, nothing but success and tons of health and wealth for you and your family. Thank you, and hopefully I'll speak to you again soon. Bye-bye.